Remy Ma and Papoose was showing their arse on social media, right? And we have to tap into what is going on just a second. So let's hop over here and let me make sure I got y'all over here on the screen. And I want to hear, because it seems like, first of all, y'all know that they have been separated for some time. Papoose recently knocked out the dude that she's his lookalike, basically.
Ooh, I didn't know
About to
that.
say, baby Papoose over there.
I did not know
Period.
that.
Yeah, he knocked him
That's
out.
the word. That's the word. Do we have it on video?
You know what? I can't even recall if they had it on video or not.
I guess his girlfriend taught him a combo.
But he did tell the story though. He did come to his YouTube. He deleted the video
Yeah,
because I
he
remember
said
talking about it.
it was a sucker
He
punch.
said he kind of what he said, snuck him or something like that. So yeah.
I remember.
So Remy, so now that Papoose done put hands on her guy, he done went and got with Clarissa, who is a boxer from my understanding. And let me see if there's another part to this. Clear, there she go. Okay. Baby, listen, I know when Remy saw this, she probably got a little pissed. Okay, she might
You can
have.
have him. I'd never
Okay.
fight her. You can have my husband.
This is her lookalike.
You can have him. This your man, sis.
Go ahead. Listen, what Bambi said, she gonna do whatever for that man, not me.
I'm hollering.
No, Remy said, I feel sorry for the girl. I was like, we all do, because she don't know yet. She gonna find out eventually, though.
Let's see. Hold on.
Nobody's scared of nobody. All of that tough talk. Nobody. All that tells me that I'm coming at you way different than I come at anybody else. Like nobody. There should be no ill feelings at all. Especially in my advice. My advice was like, hey, if you move on with somebody and that person wants to be with you and y'all planning a family together and all that, you can't come and talk crazy to me. How? Your future kid possibly is going to be related to my kid. What you doing? Stop. You understand what I'm saying? There's no ill feelings on either side. And I'm not emotional. I'm not. Let's be clear. Nobody.
Child. So guess what? He decided he was going to run down there and file for, I guess, divorce. Okay. He filed a complaint for divorce. But the gag is, sir, you did it on the day that she complained at 5:16 p.m. So do you want a divorce or do you not? That's what they got going on, right? So then she hops on live.
I was trying to get back. Would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Here's my phone right here. Would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Let's go to my messages. Let's go. Let's flip this real quick. This is my messages. Look what he saved as. Bozo.
Not Bozo.
Let's scroll down. Let's go to yesterday.
Because
he said yesterday. Let's go up.
Get back with him yesterday.
Look at him being my.
Oh, that's what he said in the messages?
He did a live. He was on live and he was like, she was trying to get back with me yesterday, but I'll tell y'all that about at another time. So she was like, I tried to get back with you yesterday. And so she pulled up the text messages between them, and the text messages from that day are about lawyers. So it just kind of doesn't make sense that we would have had a conversation about getting back together when we're literally talking about, did you talk to the lawyer? In the text.
I did see the lawyer part in her text.
Nisi, you muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just said, who baby is that?
I was wondering, do they have a new baby? I didn't know. Did she have a second baby?
Unless it's a grandchild. She got an older son. I found out why she like Goofy Mary so much. I don't know.
Would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Let me alone. She should be thanking me. That's it. Everything he got yesterday at 10:59. Can you send me your lawyer's name and number? Just call my lawyer again. Like I told you, you have not retained or paid her. Tell Clarence to pay it. He will do it. I'm on hold. We'll be speaking to my lawyer shortly. I have no clue who that is. Spoke to my lawyer. We are meeting Saturday. Then we'll be ready for mediation. My lawyer just spoke to the person you said was your lawyer, and she stated she still hasn't been retained, and that you should reach out. That she'll reach out to you. I'm tired of y'all playing public image games with me, and I'm being the bigger person, not playing back. I tried to be nice, but you played in my face. Garbage day is tomorrow, which is today. All things not belonging to me or my daughter will be on the curb tonight. I've been storing it for over 6 months. That's over 2. I spoke to my attorney again. She did not speak to your attorney since her and I spoke. We are meeting Saturday, which is the soonest her schedule allows. Be alone. She should be thanking me. After that,
say what, Bonnie?
She showed the clothes that she has packed up in some nice Amazon plastic bag. She said she separated it real nice. She put hats in this bag. She showed it on her live. Like, it's a whole bunch of clothes like that's just sitting somewhere in her house that she's like, he don't want to come and get it. The thing that was killer for me, y'all, I was watching some of the live. The girl said that he was taking 20%. And she was tired of him taking 20% as a manager, and she's still paying all the bills in the household. And
what girl?
Remy.
Remy.
Oh, who? Pat was taking 20% from her?
Yes.
Oh.
He was taking 20% off of hers like a manager. And she said she was tired of that because he not really helping her get no gigs. She getting gigs off of being herself. And she's paying all the bills at the house. She was tired of that. On top of that, he's on her insurance. And in Jersey, you can't take a motherfucker off your insurance while y'all going through the divorce. So he's still on her insurance as he travels around with the girlfriend and all of that. It is very, very, and she talks about how much work she did to make it seem like he was doing a lot of shit, like buying her own car as a push gift and saying that he gave it to her. And she talks
so much of that going on, Lord.
Girl, listen. Because she's a pick me, like she not pick me in the pick me way, pick me please, sir, not like that. It's more of a male centered, y'all know how it is.
I gotta make him feel good.
His ego and his image out in the
we got is always more important than hers. And she said she was tired of doing that. And I said that's because that's what we keep telling y'all all the time. That shit is unsustainable. Like, because you're doing too much work. You're doing way too much work, bitch. Like, you making the money and pretending that he making the money and he cheating on you and acting like he not cheating on you.
You know why she did it.
So she still say he cheated first?
She still say, I mean, even fucking Kaya, who can't stand Remy or nobody else has came out and said at one point that he did her dirty. And she said
in one of them blog comments.
She said, what she said, don't nobody believe that a nigga didn't cheat for 8 years because it's not believable. She was like, she said, I already knew it was
sustainable.
Right. Not even for a woman. If you be in jail for 8 years, I'm cheating.
Everybody cheating. That's crazy. For him to even act like that, to me, it sounds like he really, I think he was playing a long game. I think he knew he was getting a pat on the back from doing that. He's a hype man, kind of like how Safari was with Nicki Minaj. They're a hype man. They gonna buck you up and all of that, but really it's because they riding your coattails. And to me, you could tell because that's what he did with the Clarissa girl. Y'all boxing together, you performing at her matches and shit. Y'all just, how long y'all been together? And already she's kind of bringing you in on her career, and you really don't have anywhere else to be. Like it's just. It's just showing a pattern of behavior. I'll say it like that.
Oh, Lord. Hold on. Let me see.
Stop playing with me. Every time you say something, I'm a bomb you. Shall I scroll back to when you was in Africa and people was wishing they got their shots? After that, we will be ready to proceed.
This is crazy. I'm trying to see what they lives said, too.
But they've been going back and forth.
Baby, when they was on live at the same time, I was like, oh, what happened?
Listen.
But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. They said, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sicker for health, sickness and health, you know what I'm saying? Better for worse and death to us part. So you try to work through things. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm gonna be honest, because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. Because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated, you know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'd go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all, why? I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. A couple days go by, things a little peaceful around the crib. Me, her, and my daughter, we all sleep in the same room. We go to bed. I'm saying it's bedtime. We sleep together in the same bed every night. As we're sleeping in the bed, I fall asleep. My daughter's in the middle of us. So it's 2 beds in our room now at this time because she started doing weird things around the crib or whatever. So me, her, and my daughter in the same bed. It's another bed over there. Oh my God. I wake up. It's just me and my daughter in the bed. So I get up. I see her in the other bed. So I go over to the other bed. And as I go to the other bed, I notice that her phone is on. When I pick up the phone, I see the lame on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. She on the phone with the lame. So after that, I woke her up. Hey, what's going on? This is what you doing in here? This is what we doing? She started lying again, fabricating, this, that, and the third. Long story short, she kept cheating with the lame. I finds out she got an apartment 40 minutes away from our crib where she lays up with the lame, leaves and says she's going to work, leaves, say she's going to do this and do that, but she goes to the crib. I've been there. I can actually give y'all the address. So she got this. She got another crib. And shout to I don't even want to put this nigga under the bus, man, but this another individual who was married and got a crib not too far from the home of his family, but I ain't gonna put him out there. But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. They say, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he's. So we playing the audio, y'all, of the lame admitting to blackmailing her. He's admitting it.
Yeah, look. So far, she's saying she fucked with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go with that. But you're right, though. Anything happen? Oh, that shit gonna be 3 months, nigga. For how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of it. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about where I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you do all these shit.
All right, so y'all heard that. And again, we're gonna play her. I ain't here. She's been blackmailed. That's what it sounds like to me. What y'all think?
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure you don't go all the way back and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck this nigga. Oh, you didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
That is not true. I would have been stopped talking to this nigga. So you telling me
what's that supposed to prove?
You got a lame running around here bragging, I'm fucking his wife, the whole shit, right? You got a lame who came in front of me, shook my hand, and which is total disrespect as a man. You sleep with my wife, it is what it is. She chose that. She's an adult. That's not why I knocked you out. I knocked you out because you shook my hand. So we playing the audio, y'all, of the lame admitting to blackmailing her.
That lady said, Clarissa, baby, grab your duffel bag and boxing gloves and head on out. This man's still in love with Remy. Let's keep it Remy.
Shots to go to Africa. It was pills.
No, we heard that part.
How do I know?
I wanted to hear the other part from her live when she was sipping on that pina colada. What are y'all thoughts? I feel like Remy definitely was where the money resided, because the fact that he said that she had got another apartment.
Yeah. And why did y'all have 2 different beds in one room?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh my.
Like, he was telling the story. The story was so dragged out and so long. Like, honestly, I thought he was gonna say he woke up and looked over and the nigga was in the bed in the room with them. Because I was like, oh, like, okay, what's going on? Okay, he's setting it up. He's setting it up. And he said she on the phone with the lamp. What are we supposed to do with that?
Listen, that's why you can't be out here inflating these niggas' image in public, because as soon as it's time to tell the truth, they're gonna use everything you help build, all the lies that you help build, they're gonna use that shit against you. Because to me, I feel like if we just look at the situation, okay, y'all could say, oh, Remy cheat. I don't care about all of that, because to me, them people didn't want to be together anyway. So he got a new girlfriend. She got a lame ass boyfriend. That just lets me know she still has a bad picker. And that means if she has a bad picker with this new dude, she had a bad picker with your ass too. Like, so you talking about how bad he is just means you, and then that's not even a point. What kind of grown ass man wants to have a conversation about whose dick is bigger in this situation? And that's basically what he went to. Oh, she with an old lame ass nigga. Look at how this nigga playing her. Nigga, you was getting 20% and not paying no bills. You was pimping that lady. I don't care what you talking about. Like that type of situation. Like, yeah, like he's a homosexual is how I view it. And I really feel like Clarissa is young and dumb, so she doesn't know any better. But I feel like he's just sinking his nails into her so that he could ride her coattails because he don't want to get a job.
He's supposed to have one.
Where?
He works for he's supposed to be an executive of this place called TuneCore. It's like a music distribution company or something.
Yeah, I heard about TuneCore. Okay, that's good. That's really good.
I don't know if he's still there, but I thought he was supposed to have I mean, if you making money on that end with a job and then getting the 20% off of her, like I would be mad as hell too. Like, why are you not? Why would it always come on her? But you know what it is though? I feel like it was her guilt of her feeling like, oh, he held me down when I went to prison, whatever the case is.
Yeah,
he got a platform now that I come out. He held me down, so now I'm gonna hold him down. But that don't mean you don't do SHI. Yes, and then she gave him the baby, and then now things have changed because she's tired of carrying the weight. At this point.
That shit is it's unsustainable when you decide you want to pack that nigga on your back like a backpack your whole life. You can't keep that up no matter how much the girls think they strong.
Like Erykah Badu. Okay.
Ooh, girl, I know sometimes it's hard. Okay.
Sometimes it's hard.
Oh, when someone hurts you so bad inside, you can't deny it. You can't fight it. So
okay,
you better breathe.
Okay. Eventually that shit gonna get too heavy. Now it's too heavy, but that's what I'm saying. That's how narcissism works. When you with a man who works so hard to have a good image, you start to believe that his image is what he says it is, right? So then that's what she's doing, protecting his image. So then the minute she wake up and be like, nah, let me tell y'all about him. Now you on trial to defend your own experience because what he has accomplished is retaining his image this whole time. Even so far as to hold you down while you was in prison. So now she's on trial against herself. People have to be like, is it what she says it is? Because he held her down for 8 years. So yeah, hate it for her.
And you don't hate it for it too much, because anytime somebody said Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, or somebody did something to them, you was right there to be the one. I don't know, bitch. I don't know if you telling the truth about what you said happened to you. And they was just like you was somewhere calling women hoes. Now they in them comments calling you a hoe. They don't know your life. And you didn't know those women life, but you was up there defending them raggedy ass niggas. And I do want to say that somebody said that Clarissa is not young enough to be that naive. Yes, she is. 30 is very much young.
30?
She's 30.
That's 30 is young. That's how old I am.
It is young. And it does. And I feel like it's not even just about being that young. It's also about your experiences. If you have not experienced a man showing up pretending to be the perfect man before, because you've only experienced ain't shit niggas, you don't know that particular brand of monster because you have not met that one. You just meet the niggas that disrespect you outright. You don't meet the ones that know how to lie. You know what I'm saying?
They don't understand. They don't understand. It's two different brands of them. And then you end up looking crazy for saying you don't want to fuck with the one that don't disrespect you outright. It be the quiet ones you gotta watch.
Absolutely. And the ones that will hold your hand as they lead you into your event. That nigga just gives. To me, he pushed that black love shit more than Remy did. I feel like he was dragging Remy the whole way.
You know, I hate to say this, but I don't know if I want to say that the name, not so much as it overall, but more so the title of Black Love is a sham or scam.
It is. Don't say it to me.
Keep hearing and seeing people, sit down on these platforms and advocate for that, and then like we see them divorce shortly after. And it's like, don't go sit on that couch over there. Don't sit down.
Don't go on the Future Wifey podcast.
People may be like, they may see y'all as like, oh, I'm Black Love, whatever. That's their opinion. But I feel like when you step into it and really lean into it, I don't know. It's just, it seems like a curse a little bit or something. Okay, so I'm not the only person that thinks that.
Of course not. Of course not. I feel like ever since we started to, first of all, if you actually watch Black Love, the show, that shit used to be dysfunctional back then. I remember watching that shit and looking at some of them women like, bitch, are you okay? Blink if you need help. Because the men would be arguing with them during the interview about some shit. That was when we found out what D.L. Hughley put his wife through.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, not to mention this recent couple, I used to iron his clothes so he would go out with the mistress. And I'm not saying that you do that, but I'm saying that God
needs to do.
He called me to do that. He disrespected me, called me out of my name, but that's what I was equipped with.
Or like don't Tia and that husband when he was like, when he looked at her like, shut the hell up, did you see me talking?
Sorry, baby. I'm telling y'all, I was like, do I want to say this? I'm gonna tell y'all, I think that the whole Black Love thing, Black Love is beautiful. I am a product of Black Love. I love Black love, Black healthy love.
That's why I said,
but let's talk about it
overall, but just like the title.
Let's talk about it. I feel like so much we need to think about it's layers to it. It's the whole Black love thing, but as women, I think that we need to consider that sometimes we can want to uphold Black love to a fault to where it's detrimental to self. So I used to look at some Black women because Black men would always make you think like if a Black woman was with a white man, then they not for the Black people. But honestly, I feel like a lot of the pro-Black women, a lot of them be with white men. They do. They do. Because I think that they can look at it through separate. We didn't talk about this before, which is a whole nother discussion. I feel like somebody else needs to be added to discussion for that. But it's levels to this. It's levels to it. And I'm going to just leave it at that.
I'm going to say this about it. I think that the pro-Black movement, especially with women, are smart women, right? So it's the women that are going to go and investigate. They're going to go and read the books because they care, right? We pro-Black, but we also want to be educated. We want to know so we can fight the white supremacists. That's the mindset. When you get involved in that, that's when you start to experience scammy niggas taking advantage of you for that fact. I feel like a lot of pro-Black, and this is main one, Afeni Shakur. Watching Afeni Shakur's documentary on Hulu, the Dear Mama documentary, the way that lady went to bat for the Black Panthers, she was a part of it. Then she helped a lot of them niggas get out of jail, but couldn't get herself out, and they all left her there. Baby. They did not come back.
Oh my gosh, I never watched that documentary.
I think she had her child in prison, right?
Yes, yes. It's to me, it is
good,
and they had some good men here or there, but for the most part, what I learned from the Black Panther Party is that the women were the ones that were left standing doing the most fighting, and the men, once a lot of them were killed or given jobs by the FBI or jobs by white people, government jobs. That's why everybody had a good government job after that time, because they gave a lot of those niggas government jobs to get them out of being Black Panthers and out of creating their own shit. And Afeni Shakur's story is a specific example of how when women are pro-Black and they go up for these men, it just tears the women apart. What ended up happening to her, she was angry. She had a lot of resentment. That's how she got on crack. because after she had made all of those sacrifices, everybody that she fought to protect left her ass hanging in jail. So yeah, that's, to me, that was one of the real examples of how you saw a lot of pro-Black women, because they are in that life, they get taken advantage of a lot. And if they are halfway smart, which is what they're supposed to be, they will eventually unwind their minds from it. Like I feel like I did. I've always been a very pro-Black, anti-racism type person, but it's in those spaces that you see how men actually treat the women around them, and you start to realize you niggas ain't worth protecting. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all are not.
Yeah, a lot, some and a lot. Some and a lot. But the thing is, on a less serious note, I understand why some women be like, yeah, I'm a date outside my race. I can't do it, yeah.
You couldn't date outside your race?
It's so hard.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Hispanic?
No,
Maybe.
No,
not even a
and
little.
it's plenty of them out here. No, I just
You know why? Because it's too, like, we got to make sure, because this is the thing that be happening. If they're not like a fake liberal, meaning that once they get to a certain age, they become Republicans again. If they're not a fake liberal, then they're the type that can be obsessively cool dude or whatever, like around Black women, and that can also start to feel like a leech type of thing, like a codependency type thing. Like they love your energy, so they want to keep sucking you of it, but it feels kind of scary. Like, why are you this codependent on me? So yeah, it's a specific type of white boy. I do wonder about like Tika Sumpter and her white man. I wonder.
That's cute. That's cute.
It's certain ones that you'll be like, okay. But I also feel like, again, few and far in between. Like,
yeah,
it's not as many as the ones that are problematic. Well, the ones that are fetishize a Black woman, the ones that will date her for the plot, but really can't stand her, and they say little slick shit, and they talk to their buddies about it in a certain way, you know?
Right. I'm glad Niecy started it off saying, Black love is beautiful, right? Because I don't want nobody to get the wrong thought, because we know how y'all be, okay? Not y'all, but them. But yeah, it's just what we see, it's just like the label. You promote that Black love this, Black love that, and then people feel like they've been bamboozled because you guys, one, didn't keep it real, and then it just doesn't work out. And I'm like, it's okay to be celebrities and then have a private life and relationship. I don't think Angela Bassett and them be talking about their relationship like that, and Courtney Vance. I think people be forgetting they married.
They do, until they show up somewhere together.
You said what?
Until they show up somewhere together.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But that's how you're supposed to keep people out of your fucking business. You ain't supposed to be telling everybody. But you know what it is? Everybody's trying to monetize their relationship. And that's what Papoose and Remy did. They monetized their relationship. Once you get on a reality show that's showcasing all of the good shit, people are going to feel entitled to the bad shit too. So I feel like that's why you have to be so very careful about it.
Yeah, for sure. But you can turn you can, take a little piece of drama and, turn it around. Because I feel like we ended Papoose and Remy on a better note for some people and how they look at relationships and stuff, educate the people a little piece. So I like that.